What is up, Hockey Goose and NHL fans? If you are new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We are trying to hit 100 subs by the end of the month, so thank you all for the support, guys. And if you're a Habs fan or a hockey fan, you could also like and sub. I mean, anything. You could be a tennis, football fan. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But today's video is going to be on the Buffalo Sabres. Now, you guys know the Buffalo Sabres are usually, or have been, one of the worst teams in the NHL. No offense. I mean, I'm a Habs fan, so we are the worst team in the NHL, so I know how it feels, but it's going to be painful years this upcoming season. So, this future of the Buffalo Sabres looks promising. Now, in today's video, I will be talking about a few of the prospects. Now, you could put in the comments down below what you guys think about these prospects or any other. I won't be going through the whole prospect pool. And yes, you saw the title of the video. This is the best prospect pool in the NHL. Now, you could debate on other teams, but in my personal opinion, I think it is the best. But it's pretty clear, everyone can agree on it is one of the best because they've been finishing pretty low in the standings every couple of years. So, we will be talking about the prospects. Hopefully enjoy, and peace. So, let's look about some of their prospects they have currently. Now, I'll be looking about maybe 5 or 6 prospects and giving my thoughts on why this team will look dangerous. They've got some key pieces coming up to the roster in a couple of years. In my opinion, they have the best prospect pool, one, if not one of the best, and that is really not an argument we can have. So they have a player like Okposo leaving. They have a lot of UFAs this upcoming season, so the cap is not the problem for them. It's to see if these players can make the jump to the NHL. Now, first of all, we'll be looking on the goalie end. We got Devon Levy. I don't know how to say his name. I don't have the ultimate membership for elite prospects, but we go look at this guy. He is a goaltender that was drafted in the 7th round by the Florida Panthers. Now, in my opinion, for Loikkanen, he has been plagued with a lot of injuries. He's injury prone and he's been very inconsistent. He's had his moments in the NHL and the AHL, but in my opinion, hopefully they'll have someone up to fill that role. Now, this might be the goaltender. I'm not too sure. If we go look at his stats, he's never had under a 909, which is pretty nice. And the NCAA last season, a 1.54952 save percentage in 30 games. Now, he did play into Canada under 20. He did have a 964 in 7 games, 610 record, but it is Team Canada. So goalies are tough to judge, especially with stats. So we will have to see what it looks like. Next up, we'll go for Noah Ostlund. Hopefully I did say it right. The first round pick, 16th overall in the 2022 entry draft. Now, Austin is sort of a project. In my opinion, he needs to bulk up. He's currently listed at only 165 pounds. He's 5'11 center, but he's got plenty of time to do that. Now, this is still a project. I think it will take a lot of time to go into or making the 7 to the NHL. Now, last season in the SHL, only 11 games, no points, but he did play in the junior 20s in Sweden, putting up 42 points in 32 games. Again, in the playoffs, 5 goals, 2 assists in 5 games, which is looking pretty sweet for him. Now, again, I think it'll take a lot of years before he becomes an NHL ready player, but again, Buffalo are in no rush currently. Up next, we will go look at one of my favorites in this year's draft, Matthew Savoie. Now, he was supposed to go higher. He did get drafted 9th overall. A lot of people had him in their top 5, maybe top 6, but he did drop to 9, and I think this is a tremendous pick. Another undersized center at 5'9", 179, only 18 years old, but man, he did put some great numbers this season. He's an underrated defensive-minded center, man. He's got some great defensive game. He also has a great assist game or a playmaking game, and he also makes great plays in tight spaces. Now, matching up with maybe slower and wingers, he's got that speed. He could skate. He's got some great acceleration. He's got a good shot. He's got some good speed. Playing with someone a bit slower could help him with his playmaking. He did put up in the WHL with the Winnipeg Ice. I think that's their whole name. It says here in 65 games, 35 goals, 55 assists for 90 points, which is pretty awesome. Next up, we will go look at my personal favorite in the whole players. Maybe not one. You guys will see. Is JJ Peterka. Now, when he was drafted 34th overall, I said to myself, God damn, this might be a steal. He is 20 years old, a German. A lot of Germans got drafted that year, especially in the first one with Tim Stützle. He is 5'11", 192, a winger slash center. Not sure if he does play center. I didn't really watch all of his AHL games, but I did catch a few, especially live, and he was an outstanding player. Now, you go look at his Dell numbers. In 30 games in 2020, 2021, he did put up 20 points in 30 games, and also in the World Championship, only 1 goal in 6 games. But when it comes to the AHL, he dominated, and he looked great. In 70 games, 28 goals, and 40 assists. Are you kidding me? And in the playoffs, 10 games, 7 goals, 5 assists. He was, in my opinion, he should have maybe went in the top 20, 25, but he did fall to the second round. The fourth in the, well, actually, is that the fourth? There was 31 teams, actually, or there was 32. Or 32? It doesn't matter. He was in the second round. I thought he was going to go top 20. He made some huge steps and dominated the NHL. He's got a strong IQ in the defensive zone also. He is one of those players that kind of came out of nowhere and just dominated the OHL for a 20-year-old. That is awesome. And Buffalo, I think he'll make the jump next year. He's still listed as in the AHL next year, but we will have to see. Next up, another guy, which I think is looking pretty good, the 18th or 8th overall pick in the 2020 entry draft, excuse me, the 6-foot right winger, 176-pound, 20-year-old Jack Quinn. Now, I know a lot of Buffalo fans are high on this guy. I've seen it a lot on Twitter and pretty much everywhere, man, and rightfully so. He looks great offensively and honestly could be a great fit on that power play and a key piece of the future in the Buffalo offense. He did put up in the AHL a whopping 61 points in 45 games, 26 goals, 35 assists. You look at his OHL numbers, his 2018-2019 season, he put up only 32 points in 61 games, and boom, blossomed into 89 points, 52 goals in 62 games. He did play only 2 games in the NHL. He's got his first NHL goal, his first NHL assist. He looks very good. He's very offensively, and also if paired with a good centerman, he could look very dangerous. Now, the last piece of the puzzle, we got the human wrecking ball. No, I'm saying 6'6", 214 pounds, 19 years old, first overall pick in the 2021 draft. Owen Power. Now, he did play in the NHL 8 games last season, putting up 2 goals and an assist, so he has shown he could put up some points in the NHL, and 3 points in 8 games is pretty solid. Also, +3. I mean, yeah. If you go look at his 2020-2021 season in the NCAA, he put up 16 points in 26 games. And then the year after, he put up 32 points in 33 games as a defenseman, which is honestly kind of scary if you're any other team. So, Owen Power has made a lot of improvements and is a lot consistent on the defensive end now. He's a monster on the defensive end. Could still upgrade it. That is the only facet of his game that would just be a bit concerned, but he's still very solid. And I see him being one of the best defensemen in the NHL in the upcoming years. I'm not even kidding. He did not get beat in the rush in this season compared to the other seasons. That was one of his main focal negatives. People said, and offensively, he's just smooth and lethal. As you guys can see from his stat, he looks ready to make the jump into the NHL, which I think will happen next season. That is a 20-year-old. So, man, dude, the Buffalo Sabres look good. Tell me in the comments down below. And I just named a few prospects, or might be a few. I'm not a Buffalo Sabre fan, so I've been trying to make some research, look at some clips, and etc. And this is what I have for now. If you did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe, and tell me what other team you want me to do. In my opinion, this is the best prospect pool in the NHL. And man, dude, the Buffalo Sabres they'll look dangerous. A couple if like 80% of these guys pan out, watch out NHL. And guys, thank you so much, and peace out.